we have a disaster in Zambia. Zambia is undergoing a massive blackout. Massive blackout. But mwafumoko ku China comfortably namunina nendege ngatshinga ni Emirates ni Qantas katwishi muledia no tuma file mignon. You are enjoying yourself, having good life, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, and you land in Zambia, and the first thing you do is come and vomit on the Zambians. Come on. Mule kwata koluse. Mule kwata koluse. Mwalishuka no kushuka, some of us will tell you reality on the ground. Iringi awena Zambia tawalanda. Wekala fetondolo. And they will show you the door. They will boot you out, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. Don't take them for granted. Sometimes I ask myself whether it is better to remove 2 terms from the Constitution, as this will help leaders to do their best and deliver to the people. Why should we write term limits in our Constitution? If a leader is not performing, boot them out. Bafumienipo. Bale anga shemeo shabantu. Infatailo lelo muntu. I said it, I woke up angry today because I had to go and look for ice. To buy ice and store my insulin. At least I even had a coin to go and buy ice. Ngabashkwete. Abashkwete. I said infwa tailo lelo muntu. Turechula. In your own words. While in opposition, mwaite mwene sano kwewa aba nenu ati turechula. We need a government that we can have confidence in. Right now, our vote is a vote of no confidence. And so we need to start thinking about a good alternative. A good alternative na yo ile waya fye. Pale waya fye. Opposition na imwe. Fishi mrejita. Huh? I'm not still seeing a strong opposition. Mwikerefe betraying one another, left, right, and center. And guess what? Hakainde Hichilema is taking advantage. Ale miseke pato. So you come and swipe the elections again in 2026. Opposition, if you don't get together, if you do not unite, tapadifien. So we, the Zambians, have a civic responsibility to participate in the affairs of our country. We do have a civic responsibility. Our MPs need to be held accountable. Our president needs to be held accountable. Tapadi if you are sedition yapa, ngature michita hold accountable. Don't start bringing draconian laws to punish the people. All we are doing is holding you accountable. Mwila chusha wena Zambia. By sending utuma ministers twenu, today tuberengela pa social media ato sedition. Yeah? Exchanging information ma WhatsApp group is tantamount to sedition. Mwebantu bakwadesa. Inchtona ipwa, you have nothing better to do in your offices. Mr. Jack Muimbo. Nothing better. You are not listening to the cries of the Zambian people. But your job is just to arrest all the citizens in Zambia. Boom. so that you are able to live in your kingdom happily ever after. So, Mwebena Zambia, the anger and complaints we are seeing from you, we wish to see that in the ballot box. We wish to see that anger, those complaints in the ballot box. Countries are led by people who understand what the majority of their countrymen and women are going through. So Zambians, don't vote for leaders because you love them. No, they are not your lovers. Don't vote for leaders because you adore them. It's not about adoration. It's about service. What are they capable of doing? Study them. What have they achieved in their lives? Not mwabuka fye mungulu, oh, uyu muntu is a businessman. Oh, he's done so well in business. He's got so much money. Umuntu wakwate narameshingi. Elo aleka nokushita declare ama assets yakwe. Muntu washani. Muntu washani. Because inenga nalika teka, which is not my intention, by the way. I would not see anything wrong with declaring my assets. I will be transparent as possible. I will declare my assets. Nothing wrong. It's not a secret. A president, once you become a president, you are no longer private. You are public property. You are private. You are now public property. But this up and down party, you have failed to deliver on your promises. You came on with very strong messages, but Zambians are not seeing the economic relief. We are being unproductive. And then you decide to even vomit on us. Uko kuchina, wafuma kuchina. Waisa mukutulukila na futi. Atishteni ama sola. Kutumfia wena Zambia uko. Kuwa tumfia. Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. Ureba tumfia wena Zambia. I never voted for Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. I'll tell you why, my fellow listeners. I knew Hakainde Hichilema before he even went into politics. I knew what type of a person he is. Umuntu ushakwate chikuku. Umuntu ushakwate oluse. This man locked up my father's funeral home. Arikomene ukukoma so inganda ya chililo. Na bantu povali. What type of a person is he? A man I held in high esteem. A man I respected. Batataine. Ndero shabatata. Aisa kome nganda ya chilo. So mwila mona ututuma stories utufuma mubantu. Please learn to believe them. It is true. It is real. Uyumutu takwatoluse. Takwatoluse. And I said to myself, more than 20 years ago, yetatae. Hey, I am quiet. I was shocked. And then 2021, August, when he became the president of Zambia, I cried. I cried. I said, was Zambia, tamwishi wefyo murechita. You don't know what you are doing. You don't know what you're doing. Iringi, umuntu wakamsango, taleka. Don't be cheated. When you start reaching your 30s, you are already formed. The way you perceive life, the way you treat people, character is formed over a period of time. So if that is your character, tawakatale chinja. And not only that, even when I went to see him, in his office. And I said, in his boardroom, I said, well, then they started talking Tonga. I said, oh, I don't know, sorry, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, I don't understand Tonga. He says, oh, that's not my problem, you must learn it. Please, I must learn it. Huh? Am I living in a Tonga-speaking city? Huh? I said, no, excuse me. If I lived in Wengwe or in Choma, I would have been the best Tonga speaker. I would have been the best Tonga speaker in that country. Mr. Hakainde can speak Bemba because he went to the University of Zambia. He was interacting with people who could speak Bemba and Nyanja. You know? I've said it on my program so many times when I was growing up and going to school. We did not care where somebody came from. We gave a hoot where you came from. For as long as we were interacting well with you, you are a good friend, language barrier was not an issue. So, my followers, I knew HH more than 20 years ago. I knew what type of a person he is. I knew him. I shed tears when that man was elected a president. Na Zambia paka chipavu shiku mungulu. We need change. It is now high time some of you ascend to positions of leadership. Finshi mutina to ascend to positions of leadership instead of putting on, all these characters that we vote for. They are equally people. The blood that runs through their veins is the same one that runs through our veins. So let us also aspire to lead a people. Zambians want social, economic, and political good governance. We need opportunities. We need to eat. We need leaders who are in touch with their people, not leaders who are out of touch. Because currently, this government is out of touch with its people. Imeni fie mwema ministers. Imeni fie. Kabieni on the ground. Go on the ground. I can see a lot of my listeners here today are my age mates. They are my friends. Tell me in the comment section if I'm lying. What was Kaunda being told? Huh? Ministers bakwat, no, Your Excellency, if into Filiwino on the ground. Politics yami ingalato. May his soul rest in peace, by the way. Chilubanao vamuzembaika. Abantu valabe bufi. And he decided to go for a third term. He didn't know that would put a nail on his coffin. And that's exactly what happened. Because they want to eat. So it's about kuzembaika wa boss. I'm faithful. I'm an honest person. No, an honest person is someone that is telling you the truth. If you are my boss, Anik Matipa, if you are my boss, I will tell you the truth. I will tell you when people hate you. I will tell you when people don't like you. I've always said, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Closer. Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, at least I have the audacity. I have the audacity to tell you what is obtaining on the ground. Leaders have come and gone, and they lie to themselves that, Vantu, Vanikonda. You see them going there in rallies, You see them welcoming you at rallies. Do you see them, how they walk up? Hey, Bali, Bali, Bali. How did they used to walk Mlungu in 2021? Chaledida. Kuma stadium uko. Nga chatunta. Kwadi umuntu kunya. Follow. So. And you're blinded by that. Oh, they love me. Hey. The only time they show love for you is in the ballot box. That's where they show love for you. So external interests are being prioritized than the people that gave you a vote. External interests. That's what you're doing. Ngabami bika pampando, mualaba na abantu abami votere, muabalaba. Those external interests, they were not in the ballot box. Yes, they were giving you money to go out and campaign. But once voted, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, you have not done enough to mitigate the impact of ordinary citizens. You have not done enough. You have left the vulnerable segments of society to bear the brunt of suffering. The vulnerable. You are now they have no hope. They don't know where to turn to. Huh? Your interest is concentrating too much on external forces. We know that these external lenders have come to our aid, but these lenders equally exert undue pressure and influence on our policies. Yes, they do. Because they now start dictating to you what policies that you should have. And all they do is prioritize debt repayment over social welfare. Social welfare is equally very important. Our sovereignty is being undermined by external forces. Our sovereignty is being undermined. We have become puppets for Ababene Bamuisa, and you are allowing it. You are prioritizing international demand. Domestic welfare, nothing. But instead, we are being taxed more and more and more. We are choking, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. We are choking. Can you please give us relief? Relief. Amalaiti to apapata. Ni disaster. Disaster. Now you are forcing the Zambians to buy 4 slices of bread a day. Because our fridges have become cupboards. My cupboard. Nobody can buy food on a daily basis. Maybe I shouldn't say nobody. Yes, there are those people in the villages that, you know, they harvest, they grow food where they live. Yes. Even you in your house, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, I don't think your madam goes to buy food every day in the market. The answer is no. There's such a thing called a budget. You are an economist. You've told us that several times. We have to learn to budget. But we are tired of you vomiting on the Zambians. Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, please stop vomiting on the Zambians. I once watched a clip of you saying you were reprimanding someone. I don't know whether you were reprimanding Mr. Lungu. Ukakuta uko wachoka mkudia kansima wakuta wamba kubwera ati alebwerera po azankala pati azankala pati ninankala kudala manje ndana namiuza ati mukankala pampando kulibe kunyamuka olosi bazami nyamulapo naimo. They will lift you from that chair. Winangu naeve azankalapo. I'm asking, where are our civil societies in Zambia? You are too quiet. You have all become praise singers. You need to hold this government's policies accountable. Huh? That's what a democracy demands. Respect of human rights. Respect of human rights. A right to eat. A right to live, to breathe. I live on medication. I'm on insulin 30 plus years. I have to look after myself. But imagine me complaining. What more others there in the compounds who live on insulin? How are they managing? Where are they keeping their insulin? Because you have now decided to give us a serious disaster as far as power in terms of electricity is concerned. How will they survive? How will they survive? And you want to mock the Zambians and tell the Zambians, by agurani masola. Ndiwe supplier? Are you the supplier? People budget, they plan over a period of time. Since you came into power, UPND, life has not been easy for an ordinary Zambian man and woman. And so even their planning will take a longer time. So don't come and choke on people's throats and tell them, endani mukagure solar panels. Huh? Load shedding that the Zambians are going through here is a good thing because it will teach Zambians to invest in alternative source of power. Naunga sibakwanisa kugura imwe baaka inde ichilema. Zambians sibakugura naunga. Angaende kugura panel ya 1 pin oro ya 600 kwacha. Angaikwanise. And then somebody should come here and say, no, Bahaka Inde Ichlema doesn't even eat. Sometimes he goes without eating. He forgets to eat because he feels the sufferings of the people. You know, whenever he's driving and sees the city in darkness, he is very disturbed and all that. No. I don't think someone like that can get disturbed. Because if someone like that can get disturbed, you don't go the next day and vomit on the people. Huh? You come and say, Zambians, I feel your pain. I feel your cries. I am with you. Trust me. Believe me. I'm doing everything in my powers to relieve your sufferings. But dyonse bagateka nga bayisula akanwa kwati baleerwa n'omuntu. Huh? Dyonse baleerwa n'omuntu. Addressing the Zambians kulwa n'omuntu. At the back of his mind, nilungu fyeuriko. Lekeni mwasuke lungu. This is an opportunity for me to hit at him. Ama Zambians na banaka. Uruburi lwenu tuanaka nayo, nabo. Tuanaka nabo uruburi lwenu.